Can you hear me? You know, you don't need to record until the meeting starts. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, you want me to pause it?
Well, yeah, until everybody's ready.
No problem.
Or would you like to just wait? Well, whatever you want to.
I guess you could start now.
You can sit there if you wanted.
Are we ready to go, Jim?
I think so. Vinny's on. I don't know about anybody else that's coming. You ready, Vinny?
I believe it. Is everybody on?
I think
Yeah.
Ray's on, although his picture's not on.
Yeah, we're both here. We're gonna be, we're good on our end. I think, only one I think we've been missing is Sean.
We can't hear him.
Sean's on, but I don't, yeah.
Can you hear us?
Speaker's not on, his volume's not on.
Can you hear us?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Perfect. I can hear you.
John, you on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Vinny, we sent you a drug and alcohol testing article, and you sent us back a couple of things. So where do you want to start?
Well, yeah, that was because I didn't realize when we spoke about it last week that you guys were intending to replace the whole entire article. Thought you wanted to just modify it. So I sent you what we thought would be acceptable language to modify the existing articles. But back to before, I mean, I know we left off last week. We didn't really have too much going, but we talk with our members, and I know the members are stuck on somehow getting something done with this pension. I know you guys said you didn't want to talk about that, but we're in negotiations, and that's where they're looking to go. So we have a situation here where I understand why the pension was frozen in the first place. You guys had a very rich pension plan with the 3.5% multiplier, much higher than the average of most cities. And I understand that you needed to remedy that, but you guys seem to have gone, at least with the I would call them the third tier guy, the newer guys, you went in the total opposite direction of a 2.5 at 70%, which doesn't even follow the FRS and doesn't even, these guys, you could have a young officer that starts at say 20, 28 years of service. He's 48 years old. He has to work another 4 years with no pension benefit. Zero. He works for 4 years and according to this still pays whatever the pension demand is at that time, whatever percentage it is, but he gets zero benefit for those 4 years that he works. So these are just things that the guys are telling me that, these new members, although they're, employed here, are all looking around for other jobs because it just doesn't even fall within the standards of like the FRS, which is the minimum standards for the state.
And not only that, they always, and every 3 years when the contract is over, we're pressured with the cost sharing mechanism, which goes up, could go up drastically for those same benefits. So that's another issue right there.
Another thing, if you don't mind me, I just want to add, one of the things that we've talked about wanting to fix that tier for the new hires, it's a retention issue that we're having also. We're losing people, when you have new hires wanting to come in, they're looking at, it's not like before where people were just hoping to get a job. What's happening now is they're smarter. We're trying to stay competitive with other agencies when it comes to having the benefits and stuff. Right now, we're struggling to get people in. We're losing people. So not only is it a retention issue, it's also grabbing people to come into our department. We want to qualify people. We want to be at par with other agencies when it comes to our benefits. We're dealing with a lot of what's going on the road with COVID. There's a lot of things that we're dealing with in terms of call for service. So, we think that it's just putting us on par and putting us on level with other agencies. It's what's fair.
So as opposed to, we thought we'd put that to bed. That's still an issue with you, right, Dave?
No, I mean, the last time we didn't seem to be getting anywhere. So I said, let's move on and come back to it because I didn't want to sit there and butt heads with you guys for the whole session. So I figured we could move on and see what we can accomplish that day. But, talking to these guys and meeting with them and trying to come up with, a counter proposal for you guys, them talking to their members is they didn't have a counter proposal other than that they want to get back in and talk about this pension reform that it really went too far to one side years ago. I understand that it was negotiated. Obviously I wasn't involved with that, so here I am now with this one to try to see if we can do anything to remedy that.
Well, we never said we wouldn't talk about it. We said we didn't agree with
That's a start. That's good.
doing away with the cost sharing. So I guess we can continue to talk about it, but our position has not changed.
Okay. One thing I have a question for the city manager. What is the cost of 1% of salary, sir.
About 27,000,
Excuse me?
about 27,000.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so you guys, I mean, obviously, I see, I know what your position is, but you guys don't even, you know, do you have anything for us that you think would work and get us in that direction to be where we could do those changes?
Not at this point, no. You want to talk?
I believe honestly, sir, and you know, hold on, give me a second. Give me one second.
Why don't we all take a second, because I want to talk to Jim here, okay?
Okay,
All right,
I want to say just mute everybody and you guys can talk, or?
how do we do that, Erica?
I
I'll take care of that.
All right. So William will let you know when we want to come back in, right? Do I hit the leave? I don't hit leave, do I?
No, I'll mute everybody.
All right, and William,
Yeah,
you're gonna.
well, I can still hear you.
Oh, okay.
I heard that, right?
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, we all. Where's, oh, there it's been. Vinny, we are, we're not in a position to change the current provisions of the pension language. That's our position. If you want to talk about the other stuff that we talked about last time.
So let me ask you something here. So you guys in your proposal to us, our counter proposal to us, were willing to reduce the contribution of the pension to 9.5% for 3 years, and then it doesn't go back to cost sharing to the end of the contract, correct?
No, it does go back to cross.
But I mean, it's frozen at that 9.5 for 3 years, correct?
Yes.
In your proposal. And
Yes.
you're saying that it's going to go to 16.2% on October 1st.
Is
If
that,
we don't come to an agreement here. So we're looking at, over those 3 years, you're probably looking at close to $600,000. If my math is right, to the city by taking up that. So why wouldn't you be willing to put that towards the pension reform and change it for the guys, if they're looking to do that? They're not, they're not being unreasonable. They're not saying, hey, we want everything and we want pension reform. They want to try to fix the pension.
well, they want to try to fix the pension for themselves, and I'm not making light of that. I understand that. But I think they should recognize that in recent years, the city every year has helped them out on this contribution.
I looked at some stats the other day. The guys showed me that there were several years where you guys paid nothing into the
Zero.
pension, or almost nothing.
There's several years where as far as the rate, the members have always paid more than the city. It's only until recent years that you guys have even caught up.
And honestly, it's been both sides of the department, our side and your side, that have come together and work together
Right.
to make things beneficial for everybody. It's not a one-sided deal. This is something where it's been both sides to work. Because as you guys have helped us in the past. We're out there on the streets every day. Crime statistics are going through the roof. It's the conditions are very hard, and I think it needs to be fixed for us.
We've cut benefits. We've given you the 185 monies to offset the costs. I mean, what more can you ask for? We've been so helpful with the city, and the city's not reciprocating it.
It's a both sides. It comes from both sides. We've both given both our parts, which is why we feel that this is something where we can come to an agreement, but it's got to be both sides. It just can't be a one-sided issue.
I think William was wanting this. William's muted.
He's muted.
Okay, Mr. Alonso.
6 years ago, in the first contract, your contribution was supposed to be 16%. By the end of the first year, we had already reduced it, and we reduced it each year for those 3 years. 3 years ago, your contribution was supposed to be 12.5% for 3 years. We unilaterally lowered it to where you're paying 10.5% now. Now we're offering to lower it to 9.5% for the next 3 years. How can you say the city's not reciprocating?
What we're saying, it's both of us have come together to make it a habitable working environment for both. It's both sides. Like Ray said a little while ago, we did give up our 185 money to also offset the pension contributions.
Does that have anything to do with how well the pension did, William?
Of course it does. It helps both sides.
Exactly. We have a pension that's 90-something% funded.
Yeah, that's fine. your contribution starting October 1st, if you go by the actuary, should be 10.8%. That's what it should be with the market and all that, 10.8. We're lowering it to 9.5. And we're taking up that difference.
Right, and we appreciate that, sir. But what we're saying is, in lieu of that,
Yeah, in lieu of that, why don't you?
10.8, we would like to get some sort of reform out of the pension for that money that you guys are taking, that you're saving. Or
You don't even know what it is because you haven't done an actuary. You have to do an actuarial study. Why not do that first and let's see what the numbers are, and then we can talk about that.
For what? For what? I already got the
100%.
actual. I have the actuarial study for the freeze that you wanted to undo.
Right. For
And
the
I told you-
0.5%. What about for the 0.5%?
Can I speak, please?
Go ahead.
The actuary said, at first, this came up after the first meeting about undoing the freeze. This had never come up before. That it came up after our first negotiation meeting that you were interested in undoing your freeze because of the effect it was having on those 11 or 13 people.
15,
Okay.
15.
We did, huh?
15.
15 people.
No, it's 13. I have the list.
15.
It's 13 union members. And as a
Okay.
matter of fact, out of those 13, there's one or two that were hired so close to the 2014 date that their impact is negligible.
But it's still an impact nonetheless.
But it's small, but it's an impact that everybody knew about 6 years ago when this was worked out.
Well, no, we did not.
No, we did not.
No, we did not.
It's not until recently. We didn't know about this until we had a few people who went into the drop, and their drop numbers were not correct. That's the
You
only
had
reason
three
that
people.
this has come up.
You had 3 people retired in the last 6 years that whose benefit was calculated based on the 2014 formula, the 2-tier formula. And as a matter of fact, I have an
And they were
actual.
affected by it.
I have Vincent. I have the actuarial study that was the last one that was done in September of 2014, where it clearly says this actuarial study is based on the FOP's counter proposal. And the FOP's counter proposal was current members hard freeze on past service, frozen benefits payable under current plan provisions. This was a counter proposal from the FOP and the membership that we had the actuary cost out.
Sir, I'm not going to argue with you about the validity of it. I don't have a problem. I wasn't at the negotiations. It's in the contract. So I'm not going to argue to the validity of whether it was there or no. What we're trying to do is move forward with the negotiations today.
Exactly.
We're just trying to fix
Exactly.
it wrong.
William, do you have an actuarial study for the 0.5% for the new officers?
0.5%.
The 0.5% that we're
The
trying to
multiplier.
the multiplier.
No. The actuarial study that was done 6 years ago incorporated everything. No, wait a minute. Incorporated everything. He did not do an actual study for each thing. He did one for the freeze. He did
Right,
one for the
but
2.
Why can't we do that now and see what it's going to cost to get the new officers 0.5% to 3%?
Well, are you now saying that what you're worried about is the new officers and not the freeze?
Of course I do.
We're worried about both.
I care about every single officer here.
We're trying to
Both
make
of
a
them were in the
better
proposal,
for
sir.
everybody.
Exactly. Hold on. Yeah, just like I paid a lot of money so that a lot of other officers who retire here can go over 100% of salary and collect a very nice salary. That was us paying it, Mr. Alonso. Okay? And all I wanted was my 70%. And I'm here begging for crumbs. Yet you have people that you gave them the drop and you allowed them to go over 100%, 120% of your salary. Okay?
And that's why in 2014 we had to do these major changes because of that
Right,
unfairness.
and you know what? I don't want to go back to that. Why are we harping on that? Let's move forward and make it right. You want to have qualified and good officers. You just sent an email out to us, to the whole department, about how happy you are with us and that you back us and that you're very ecstatic about what we did with the runway in and that you back us up all the way. And this is not what you're not doing that right here.
Oh, no?
You're not backing us up.
Okay. Jim, that's all I have. I think we're done here.
Okay. Want to talk about anything else today, Vincent?
You guys are
We'll have to, if you guys are no longer want to to talk about anything to do with the pension stuff that these guys want to try to resolve, then we'll have to go back to the members and see where they're at. But right now, I guess then you know, we're a bit of a stalemate because that's what these guys are looking for.
Okay, well,
So-
you have our position. We have talked about it.
What's that?
No, I was responding to
Oh.
Vince.
Oh, I'm not saying you didn't talk about it. I said we're not getting anywhere on it. Because every time, like I said, I bring up that, you know, the extra money that you guys are saving the members by reducing it to 9.5. I said that, you know, possibly let's talk about not saving them that money and using that savings to make it better for them with their pension the way it is now. Use that funding for that. That's what we're trying to resolve.
And you understand, all of you understand what happens in October if we don't have an agreement.
Yes, because that's the pressure tactic right there.
Bully tactic.
That's the bully tactic. Hey, at the end of let's give away benefits. Let's give away benefits. And you know what? We have you at the end of 3 years with the cost sharing mechanism. Come on, guys. Come on.
All right. So I'm gonna. I guess if that's where you know, we're at, both sides are gonna have to you know, go back to the table and see what we could come up with. And you know, if we we'll have to let you know when we'd be able to come back to the table. Then I guess if this is
You call me, Vincent, and we'll set up. I'll consult with William, and we'll set up a meeting.
okay, we'll do.
You got it.
Thank you.
Erica, we're done.
Fuck that asshole, bro.